All right, yo guys, what's going on? Myself and Joe are back for yet another week, another podcast, another live show on the Boro show. By the way, me and Joe actually come up with a name this week.
Yeah,
You can see it's now on the screen down here somewhere.
the best name
It's a
for the
live one.
best show on
Joe,
YouTube.
there you go. Joe's currently inside a hotel room. Don't worry, he's not doing no funny business. He's
No
actually flying out to Turkey tomorrow.
dedication to the show. That Get,
Dedication, literally flew in from Jersey, not Guernsey.
yeah. No, never say that again, mate. We're gonna fall out.
Yeah, so flew in from Jersey, flight got delayed, and he still flew in, and he still came on the channel. So
Yeah,
appreciate if anybody joins us. I'm sure people will join us during the show. Of course, our magic man, Slavanelli, scores once again a card for the weekend. Slavanelli pops up with yet another man performance, put him in the right position, and he will obviously produce, as Joe Stewart last said on the stream.
yeah.
But as I say, Boro we'll get onto in just a little bit. Visitors are tomorrow, of course, Coventry City, who haven't spent much inside this championship season, especially when they came up. And like I say, so far they haven't done very well, have they, Joe?
Nah, I've got a good long term friend from when I was about 3. He's a Coventry fan, and he's not got much hope.
Yeah.
But they haven't done well. They've not done much to allow themselves to do well. They've not done well, but they're the teams that beat us.
Yeah, no, it's true, mate. Yeah, like one defeat all season long, which is obviously massive positive compared to last season for us. A few draws, but I think we take 13th position at this point in the season.
For sure, 100%. I still think I'll be willing to bet money. I still think we're going to get playoffs.
Yeah,
I honestly do think we'll get playoffs, and I think we've still got a January window. I don't think he's now going to sign any free agents. I don't think we'll get any free agents at all, based on his comments today that we've looked at a few and we're not going to sign any. But I still think with January and with what we look solid. Do you know what I mean? And I hate this whole that the goal against Cardiff was slack. We shouldn't have conceded it.
Yeah.
But do you know how many chances they had?
They did have the chances. I'll be honest with you, I was a bit disappointed, like in the manner to which we conceded.
But when you watch the game overall,
oh yeah,
a point was, the chance.
It was a fair result.
Yeah, the goal we conceded, we shouldn't have conceded. But the game as a whole, 1 each at Cardiff's not a bad result, is it? Let's be fair. We would have took it.
Yeah. Oh mate, listen, I took a point before the game because Boro get nothing at Cardiff ever.
If someone said to you you'd have took 1 defeat all season right now, you'd be like, come on.
I mean, compared to last season, when I think, with no disrespect to Jonathan Woodgate, but it shows you sort of how out of his depth he actually was, going straight to the
massively. It was crazy, massively. But I think we all secretly, I think we all knew it. I think a lot of us had false hope or almost want rather than realistically it's going to happen. And then you've got like the fans that were just negative all along, the fans that hate George Savile, the fans that, Facebook drives me mental because the amount of, honestly, I get into fully blown, me, I say it as it is, I get into fully blown arguments and I'm like, they're like, he does nothing, he's the worst player in our team. I'm like, do you not get football? Do you think football's all just about scoring a goal? You don't obviously understand football. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, so you'll always get them people, but you even get it with Warnock. I see people on Twitter saying, "Oh, it's boring. It's we need a young, exciting manager. We need to plan for the future." And I was like, "You do know the average?" He goes, "Someone said we're buying old players like Morsey that's 28 and and I went, do you know the average age of our team's 24 years old?" And he was like, I didn't realise. I'm like, so look at Morsey, look at, say, Savile, Britt, look around them. They're a bunch of kids, you know what I mean? It's
exactly.
And Howson, and obviously Howson. But Johnny Howson still plays like he's about 19. Anyway.
500 games at the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, he runs around like he's like a 5-year-old kid that had some fruit pastilles and he's on a mad one. It doesn't stop, does it? So yeah, but the Cardiff game, I would have took a draw was
Yeah, there we go.
okay. But I fear this game more than I fear Watford, Bournemouth, Cardiff.
Well, I think it's going to be a bit of a tricky week. You know what I mean? Two teams down there fighting, being Forest and obviously Coventry.
Yeah.
For me, as I see it here, there's 6 points on the table. Both of them teams are hurting. Both of them teams are wounded. And I get that a wounded lion is often more to fear than anything else. But at the same time, we still need to sort our home form out. We still due wins at home.
Yeah. At the end, we're still due wins, essentially. Wins, full stop. So that's the only thing that gives me hope. It's like, right, we're Middlesbrough due a win.
Yeah.
And a big win. And them draws have got to turn into wins. Had we been winning our last few games, my mindset would be, we're going to slip up here. This is going to be... But because we've drawn, and I know the goal that Cardiff scored was a bit like, oh, we shouldn't have conceded that. But apart from, I think to myself, okay, we're due a big win. And I think we're going to either have a shocking result or we're going to absolutely batter one of them. They're going to get it like 4-0 or something.
Well,
you know what I mean?
As I say, tomorrow I look at a team that has just come up from League One, hasn't spent much, and it would be typical for Boro to go there tomorrow night and to go and lose. But
it's my exact feelings, mate. I think to myself, and then Forest will probably beat them 4-0. But I'm obviously, we've got to be realistic. We should be beating both of them at least 2-0. Do you know what I mean? We should be beating them at least 2-0. With Britt coming back as well, I mean, that should make a difference. I think Akpom on his own doesn't work.
I don't think he can play on position on his own. I think when he's got someone next to him,
no, he can't. He's
the person next to him.
He's a two striker. But to be fair, I think all three of our strikers none of them can play on their own. That's a fact. None of them. And do you know what? The Nathan Wood thing, I do not be shocked if he ends up being the fourth striker. Warnock will do. He put him up top.
Well, let's say, he wants him in there.
And he's a big lad, big strong lad, big tall lad. Don't be shocked if you see him up there when, we've got, a big target man and you need someone up. And we're all thinking, oh, Warnock's going for the, 4 centre-backs here. And really, he's up top and he's nutting one in the top bit corner. Do you know what I mean?
Can you imagine that?
I would not be shocked if that's the route he goes down from now till January. I would not be shocked. I mean, he'll come on as a defender when needs be. But I honestly can see him being the target man, the big target man. Remember, he's quick, he's young, he's strong, and he's a young lad. And they love. Imagine him starting to score goals for Boro. Imagine his mind would be blown. He's like, hold on, I'm a centre back here, and I'm banging in goals. I think that's my thought process. I think he's going to go with them three when Fletcher's back, and then Wood will be like 10 minutes to go, lump him up top and see what happens, because the others can't play. They can't play on their own. They cannot play on their own. I don't know. I didn't get the team selection either, to be completely honest with you. That kind of threw me off a bit against Cardiff. That did throw me off a bit. I was like,
you know what? I was actually pretty happy with it, but at the same time, I was a little bit thrown back by it. Like,
it was like Johnson playing. What was he playing? Was he where was he?
You know what? That was weak. Because on the left hand side, we had loads of players on the right hand side, and every single time we switched the ball, it was like. Where the heck's the left hand side?
Where's he going? And it's like, if you're going to play that, so it's like he's asked Hayden Coulson to play in that position.
Yeah.
Who's never played there. And then he's asking Johnson, and I don't recall Johnson ever playing there.
No.
And so it's like, and what was wrong with Roberts?
Yeah, it was strange.
Roberts
I was going not to see even feature. I thought, I just don't, and I don't think it will be the case, but I don't want it to turn to a Jack Harrison sort of type of situation when he came in and he had all that potential and he just never really got a start.
I was talking about that literally two nights ago. I promise
Yeah.
you that now. I was talking about it 2 nights ago. How do you remember when he played? Remember them? I think he played 2 games, and he was class. And
But
he came,
he
yeah,
came on final game of the season and assisted the Bamford header that took us to
right
the
there we
playoffs.
go. That was it, right? He was class, wasn't he? And I remember
Yeah.
I was thinking, why doesn't he play? And then all Pulis used to cry about was we haven't got wingers. And
Yeah.
then he had the
Yeah. Traore had Harrison.
Harrison, and then the lad he got from was it Wigan? What's his name?
Van La Parra, he came in
Van La
from
Parra.
Huddersfield.
Van La Parra. Sorry, yeah, Van La Parra, and he was like, "Oh, we've got no wingers." I'm like, "Do you not turn? Do you not turn up to training or what? Are you all right?" You know,
Exactly.
it was mentally, and it was like, but it was the same with the Morrison thing, with like Woodgate. It was like, you must have sat down and spoke to Morrison. You've seen Morrison play. You know what he was about before he got to the club.
Yeah.
How is he not good enough to play for Middlesbrough?
Bravo Morrison, technically, he's one of the best on the ball, and to have him out of disposal and never ever use him, it was like,
mate,
come on, man, he's unbelievable.
Imagine, and do you know what? It's funny because I've got like United fans, like friends in Jersey. Obviously, there's loads of different supporters, and then so they all raved about him, and then you hear like Rio's interview, Roy Keane's, Gary Neville's, and they're like, he's better than Ronaldo, he's better than Rooney, Alex Ferguson, the best football player I've ever seen, and it's like, hold on, the best football player Alex Ferguson has ever seen can't play for Middlesbrough. So his mentality, forget his if he doesn't give it 100% in, or I don't know, maybe not give it 100% in training, but just forget his antics. If he's got the ability to do that on the pitch, at least give him say to him, Rav, because he came out and said he wanted to play. He was frustrated at Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
And it was like he was doing everything. He was training. And nobody's come out and said he'd done any different. I've not heard any word that he was bad behaved. He didn't train well. He didn't, he was late. All I've heard is he didn't get a game. So he was doing everything in his power and not getting a game. And like you say, I don't want that to be the Paddy Roberts thing. I think that the having the 2 strikers can only really affect Roberts unless he plays him in the 10. Do you know where he had Tavernier, where Tav was doing nothing? I was thinking he's going to play him there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then use the wing backs. But then who do you drop out the midfield? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, because Maudsley wasn't playing when Tav was there, was he? When Tav was playing in that position.
Yeah, true.
And he's been brilliant since he's come in. He's a proper footballer.
Yeah.
So if you ask me to pick a team for tomorrow, I'm gonna pick my team, but I'm gonna get it wrong. I think we all are. Do you know what I mean?
Just before we go into the teams, let me read through some of these comments, because, like I say, a fair few Boro fans and Cardiff fans getting in touch once again tonight. Darren Thomas says, how did the interview go to me? Of course, today I had a job interview, went all right. Bob Jenkins says, Bournemouth are going to win the league.
No chance.
Watford are going to win the league.
I
promise you that now. Watford will win this league.
I don't think Bournemouth will win the league. I think Watford have got a great chance. Yeah,
but just because their strength and depth's unreal.
I think Reading might get promoted.
Mate, that's mental, by the way. Reading have come out of absolutely nowhere and just absolutely stormed this league. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think they're going to be there or thereabouts.
It'd be interesting when they start playing the likes of Bournemouth and Watford and whatnot to see how good they truly are against a bigger opposition.
Well, you say that they've played us and we were the ones that got the result. We got the result off them, so it's like they are. But I think they're going to be there or thereabouts. I think they can last the test of time.
Yeah.
But I don't think Bournemouth. I can't see Bournemouth winning the league. I can see Watford winning the league.
Yeah.
But then it's the Championship. Do you know what I mean? Coventry could win the league for all we know at this point.
It's a mental league, mate.
Yeah.
I remember playing Millwall 2 years ago, and they had lost. I mean, or should I say, something happened. Like apparently, something like 3 months had gone by. Millwall never went on a run. Played Boro, beat Boro, went on a 13-game unbeaten streak. And it's like that is the championship in a nutshell. Things can just change at the drop of a hat, and teams
Yeah.
go up and one.
And that's why I do think we will get top 6. I think we got the perfect manager, and I think because we've shown the grit to not lose the games, and we've only lost one. Arguably, we shouldn't have even lost it. You know what I mean? It's like, right, we can. I believe we can get it. I'm not saying we're going to get promoted or we're definitely going to get it, but in my opinion, I think we're gonna be there or thereabouts. You know what I mean?
Why not? Matty Grove says, I thought the stream was tomorrow. The stream is tomorrow, Boro versus Coventry. I don't know if you're going to be on stream with us. You might be busy.
No, I'll be there. I arrive at 4:45 or something Turkey time. So
yeah, definitely.
I'll be there for sure, mate. I'll be able to get it on a proper telly over there as well, no doubt.
Someone said a point about Nathan Wood. I'll actually put it on screen now so you can read it yourself as well. Nathan Wood is overdue game time. I put a foot wrong every time he's played. We had a good solid squad coming through, and there's a real shame. I like Nathan Wood. I really do like him, and I do think there's definitely potential there.
Matty, did you hear Mike? Were you on here when I mentioned the comment about the striker thing?
Yeah. So as soon as you said that, you put that on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why he doesn't get a game at. I think Warnock's such a. I think defenders are his thing. He just loves defenders, and I think he knows Wood's got the ability because he's always in and around the team. There was never talk of Nathan Wood leaving. There was never any talk. It was Steve Walker. It was Marcus Brown. It was.
He needs to be given a chance. That frustrates me the most.
Oh, mate, don't.
Get Steve Walker in this team.
What about Brown?
Yeah, exactly. And Brown.
They're like, oh, we haven't got a striker. Well, he played striker at Oxford and he got them to the playoffs semi-final.
And Steve Walker can play right mid. I can play up front.
Yeah.
He can play attacking midfielder.
Brown can play attacker midfield, left wing, or a striker. And we're like, oh no, we're not going to bother, mate. Don't worry about it. You just sit on the bench.
It's just absolutely crazy.
And then you've got like exciting players in Brown and Roberts, and you're like, don't get me wrong, Tav's doing a good job at the wing back role. But for me, as a attacker midfielder, I think he's massively overrated. I think our fans just want to see the Tavernier that turns up. You know, when he gets put on at 70 minutes and goes on a wild one and does a game, they want to see that from him. And it's like false hope. When realistically, when he gets 90 minutes, starts a game, he doesn't really do too much, does he? And I think we've got.
It's a shame though. It's a shame for Tavernier because when he first broke in the team, he was like a whippet. He was unbelievable and he was class. And everyone raved about him. But now he's kind of just like, okay, well, listen, I'm always going to be in the first team. I can just do whatever I like.
So, like, do you remember Sunderland when he scored? And it was and it was like you thought, oh, this is it now. But then it's like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't think he believes he's always going to play because Warnock's not that type of player. But I think he was like a flash in the pan player. Do you know what I mean? And I think he's like, I'll always say it and I can stick by it. I still think he's a super sub. And I think I would rather, and I know I'm probably going to get slated for this, I would, in terms of attacking flair, running at players and creating things, I think Brown would do more than Tavernier in the position of like an attacking midfielder or a left winger. You know, Tav's doing brilliant in the wing back position, but I think Brown's just got the pace, the spark. Yeah, he's still raw. Do you know what I mean? He's got a lot to learn, but he's definitely worth a shot, and he's just
100%.
And when we're a striker down, put him on as a striker. He scored last time.
Of course.
Mental.
Alfie asks, how are we both? We're all right. Yeah, we're okay.
Not bad. Thank you, mate. Thank you, Alfie.
Joe's just chilling in his hotel room at the minute.
Yeah, in my London pad.
He's in his penthouse yet, don't worry.
Yeah.
Jack Hunter says, "Evening, lads." All right, Jack.
Hello, Jack, mate. Happy days. Thanks
Matty
for
Grove
joining.
says, "Van Lapada was class, man. It had so much more to give, which wasn't given a chance." That's from
I
Matty Groves.
completely agree, mate. Completely agree. Do you know what? Me and Matty agree on everything. I think. I don't think me. I think me and Matty. I think Matty's like me in disguise. Like
You'll have to get Matty on one time, I reckon.
No, I reckon we should as well, 100%. Because we have very, very similar views, and even when we disagree on something, it seems to be similar. The Van der Parra was class, and it was like he was like everything. He was that like tricky player. Do you know who he reminds me of? Is Balassi. You know the way Balassi plays.
Yeah.
Very like footwork in and out. Do you know what I mean? He's very was very Balassi like, and he never got a game. It was like again, Pulis lost his mind. Oh, we haven't got any wingers. You've got three, mate. Shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort yourself out. And I think, but then decisions like that, have they cost us? When we're looking back now and we're saying like we've made these, we've had these draws and it's a great result. Could these players have come on and maybe won us the game?
Yeah, true.
The Browns, the Robertses, you know what I mean? Even then, I mean, I love the Nathan Wood thing. I love the fact he went up top. I absolutely adored it.
Yeah.
I think that was, and I hope to God he scores.
On that point, though, Roberts did win us the game last year. Remember Reading away?
Yeah, of course he did.
He scored winner.
He's probably one of the best footballers in the league by a long shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
You couldn't name many more better than him, could you? To be fair. No. So it's like, why is he not starting every game? Especially when Akpom can't play on his own.
Yeah.
He can't, like, bless his heart. I mean, he missed some shockers. He's missed some shockers, hasn't he? Since.
Yeah.
And
it's all about him getting back into it, though, isn't it? Try to get used to the championship.
Yeah, and it is quick pace, and he has come from the Greek league. It's a
but
he's definitely got the ability. He's a great signing. But we missed the most, and he's our best striker by a mile. Is Ashley Fletcher. We miss it.
I don't know how long he's going to take till he comes back. Hamstring injury. I don't know if he played the other day. Actually, apparently he played against Newcastle in that 6-0 win. Oh no, sorry, Sunderland in the 6-0 win. No, like a week ago, so I don't know if he played in that one or not.
I'll tell you one thing, he'll be back quicker than Van Dijk anyway.
Well, exactly. Huddersfield Town fan says, yes, A.J.T, lad, how's it going? Yeah, I'm all right. Matty Groves has come in here with another comment saying, I didn't understand it last season. Some of the players would get put in the back line. They weren't even centre-backs. When you have Nathan Wood there, a golden chance for him.
I completely agree, mate. But then, do you know what would have been sad is he would have got that chance. Warnock would have come in. Same with Hayden Coulson and went. And I don't. Again, I'd say it as it is. Hayden Coulson's better than Jed Spence. For me,
Spence is the right winger. He's simply the right. He's a right midfielder.
Yeah. He's a right midfielder with a lot to learn. He's got to spit the dummy issue. Coulson don't spit the dummy. Coulson will just keep running and running and running.
Yeah, if you lose it, he gets
run. He's got proper heart and passion. Reminds me of it like a Boro lad. I know he's not a Boro lad, but just one of them in out. Yeah, do you know what I mean? He's like in out in, and he won't stop. And it's like we want pace on the wing. We want someone that will go forward. And it's like if you're playing wing backs for three centre backs. I couldn't think of anyone better than Hayden Coulson.
Yeah.
But then you've got, say Woodgate did play Wood, then Warnock comes in and just drops him like he's dropped Coulson. That can't be doing their confidence any good. And was all due respect to Marvin Johnson, he's had a few good games for us, but if I'm getting dropped for Marvin Johnson, I'm sitting at home at night thinking I'm doing something wrong here. Like I'm having a mare here. I'm like,
yeah,
it's like. Mm-hmm. But where's Bowler? More to the point, why is he getting dropped?
I don't know why he dropped him from Bristol City, and I don't know if it's match fitness or what. I don't know what it is, but I guess it was a long week, and I get it is a long week. But at the same time, you can't tell me that lads like him at his age aren't hungry enough to go and play. You know what I mean? You want me to go back out there and play again?
He hasn't put a foot wrong for me. I think he's been brilliant. I mean, even he got praise from Warnock after his last game. Warnock said he was brilliant.
Yeah.
He's good at going forward. He's by far the best defender we've got at left back. By far the best
Yeah.
defender. He can go forward. He can cross the ball. And I was like, when he wasn't in the team, I'm thinking, what's going on here? Is he injured? Is he what? And I'm like, I hope he's back in. I hope he's back in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Massively. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Of course. George Savile's comments come in, but I'm not going to go to that one yet. I'm going to go to Matty Groves again. He said, honestly, AJ, couldn't agree more. What did Steve Walker do so wrong last season to get sent out on loan? He's put a shift in every week. Played Stoke, subbed off at half time for playing well and put on loan. For me, when we've seen Steve Walker, I think it was last season or even the season before, against all them sort of League One teams inside the Carabao Cups, he was sending them for hot dogs every single time he got the ball.
He's class, isn't he? When he runs at people and he's just... And the passion, I mean, I think he's the most passionate player I've ever seen in the Middlesbrough shirt. It's mental.
He was the first ever Middlesbrough player to ever recognise me off YouTube, so big up Steve Walker for that.
Yeah, he's absolutely class. I can't fault him. I don't know why he wasn't kept at the club.
Yeah.
I do not know why. And, I mean, especially when he can play right wing. It's like... And just give him a chance, you know what I mean? But, I mean, as much as I don't agree with a lad that I speak to about Boro, and we have many arguments, he's like, these players are going out on loan because Warnock's not going to be around for long.
Yeah.
And then they're going to come back and they're going to be...
Probably shipped out, sold.
You know, but if they come back and we've got a new, young, exciting manager...
Yeah.
They could be straight in the team, do you know what I mean? And because whether we like it or not, I'll be willing to bet anyone Britt's gone next season. Captain or no captain, he's well gone. He's well gone.
You think so?
Oh, he's well gone.
Where to?
Nowhere great.
Celtic, I know Celtic are interested in him.
Exactly, nowhere great.
Up to the Farmers League.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Nowhere great. I mean, Selwyn wouldn't win the Jersey League. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's nowhere great. I mean, it's like, and we spent 15 million on nothing wonderful. I don't think he can. I think Fletcher will stay. I think Fletcher loves. I think he loves it at Boro. I think he. And I'd rather keep Fletcher than Britt every day of the week. So that would be.
Yeah.
It'd be Fletch and Akpom for me, and then Steve Walker would be there. I'd keep Brown.
Yeah.
You know, you'd have. There's just so much youth there that could work, and I think. Do you know what? I'll say this now. I think Britt leaving would be a blessing for so many people.
It'd be a massive wage, especially off the wage bill.
Yeah, wage bill, and it would open up so many opportunities. Just that one player that I sometimes feel gets played because he was bought for 15 million. You know, it's like, we're going to play him because we thought that so
much. Like Alves days, he paid 12 million quid for him, so he's got to play. He paid 12 million. He has to be in the team. Let's
get one thing straight, though. His first 3 games, he was the best player I'd ever seen in the Premier League.
Did you ever hear about Scott McDonald's contract? He can never, ever be subbed. Go back to his career for Middlesbrough. He was never, ever subbed. In his contract, I had it that Scott McDonald could never, ever be taken off as a substitute. It was in his contract when he signed. He cannot be taken off as a substitute, ever. So he used to have horrible games. You think, yeah, but you can't be taken off. It's inside your contract, and that'd be breaking your contract.
Oh my God! To be fair, he was the best of a very, very bad bunch, though. Thank God. I mean, imagine we had that with Chris Boyd.
Oh mate, he was the only good goal he scored was against Leeds to make it 1-1.
Mate, he's the worst player I've ever seen in my life. Him and Willow Flood. Wowee. I mean, can you imagine? How good was Barry Robson, though, by the way? Barry Robson, he was a
his goal, which I was behind for against Hull City, when he picks him up 35 yards out, takes a touch and just smacks it with his left foot.
Mate, he was class, him.
Willow Foot's on the halfway line.
Yeah, I don't know.
Against QPR, John Milton against QPR from the halfway line.
What was it? Yeah, I know, but what was your man called?
I looked Marvin Emnez as well. I thought he was a baller.
Oh, Starvin Marvin, what a legend.
Mallory Martin's free kick against Bristol City, straight in the top corner.
watching back's free kick against City?
Mate, to be fair, right, I talked to him on Instagram, but he ever talks to me in emojis. He can't speak no English. So if you speak to Fabio Rockenbach on Instagram, he only ever sends emojis like this all the time because he can't speak no English.
I'll tell you what he can do is score worldy free kicks.
Mate.
What about Hasselbank's free kick? Was that against City as well?
Yeah, but not going at like 102 mile an hour or 202 mile an hour.
Mate, it went about 5,800 mile an hour.
The power of that from the crossbar was unbelievable.
Imagine the goalkeeper got a hand to it. His hand would have been gone.
I've got to say as well, a comment that you're going to like now. Alfie Conlon said, sorry there, Mrs. eating chocolate next to me. Alfie Conlon said, George Saville, I think, is so underrated.
Jimmy, go on, lad.
There's 3 people on the line now. Me, you, and Alfie. Alfie. George Saville is massively underrated.
What a guy. Do you know what?
Slavanelli. It's simple as that.
Every time I see him now, all I think of is that comment against Spurs. Jimmy. I just love it. If I meet Jimmy Savile, if I meet George Savile.
Yeah, make sure you send the right one.
I'm literally, I know I'm just going to say to him, Jimmy. Like, when he scored the other day, that's all I just kept saying to the lads after the game, Jimmy. Because they all watched the Spurs game.
His header was unbelievable. He's running back away from goal. And he has to literally turn his whole body to get into the back of the net.
Mate, how long has he been at us? 3 seasons?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
How has it took 3 seasons to play him in his position?
When you bring a manager in that signs a player that actually knows whereabouts he plays and whereabouts his best position is, play him there for 2 games in his best position, he gets man of the match twice. He gets put in the team of the week twice, the EFL team of the week twice. And people are still slagging him off.
Mate, the amount of arguments I've had, they're like, he does nothing. I'm like, so you don't watch football then? And they're like, I watch what you on about? I watch every game. You know, as they do, they keyboard warriors on Facebook. So you obviously must think he's a great player then, because the reason we're drawing games is because he does the hard work. And
box to box.
And they're like, no, he's this, he's that. And then now he's playing in the attacking role. Oh my God, there's going to be more Savile shirts than ever before. All these fans are going to love him because they think it's all about scoring goals. It's not about scoring goals. He has done a job for us for so long and been so underrated. Now he's in his position. He's dominating. He's just like, and he's loving it. He came out. Did you see his post today? When he basically said, I didn't know he was at Chelsea. I didn't know he was at Chelsea. He was at Chelsea, and he said he's been played left back, left wing back.
Actually, I did see that post. Yeah, sorry, tell a lie. I did see that post. And
then he goes, then I've been played defensive midfield. He goes, and then I get finally put in my actual position, and now I can play there consistently.
Yeah.
And I'm now playing the football that I know I can play.
Best football I've ever played for Boro, mate.
But that's the reason, like he was the Savile we were getting that me and you were complimenting.
Yeah.
That wasn't an 8 million Savile, but it was a very good Savile.
Yeah.
But an £8 million player needs to do more, and now it's like, right, that 8 million's going to start getting paid back if you play him in that position. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and it's brilliant to see, and you can tell he. Do you know what? He wouldn't be far off a captain in the future. Do you know? For me,
then?
I mean, him or like, see, he's been there a while. You see, I wouldn't give it to someone like Morsey. I think Jimmy would be a. I think he'd be a quality little captain because he gives 100% every game. You can't say he doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To go touch on Nathan Morrison there, you just sent in a £1.99 chat donation. So big up, Nathan, donating £2 to the channel.
Appreciate that, mate.
And he says a 2-0 win for Middlesbrough against Coventry tomorrow. That's actually what I said earlier on as well. 2-0 Middlesbrough.
Who's going to score?
I know, yeah, who's going to score, Nathan? And Matty Groves said, are we surprised we haven't seen more of Marcus Brown?
I'm fuming, mate. I'm fuming. I get raised in every game, honestly.
He definitely has got something there. I mean, listen, he showed it in League One for Oxford. You're playing through the middle on his own. Because if that's the thing, if Akpom can't play on his own, why not put Marcus Brown next to him then?
Well, didn't we put him against him and he scored? Didn't we put him next to him for 10 minutes and he got us a draw?
No, is that what it was? That's how I see it, mate. I think to myself, if one of these games, where was we don't have Britt, we don't have Fletcher, just put Marcus Brown in, put him in behind Akpom, let him know his magic. At the end of the day, you can play centre forward or you can play, starting striker. It doesn't bother him which way he plays. But we've got that much talent and strength and depth. But I just don't use it half the time. It's like, oh, why not?
It's like, well, everyone can. You'll know tomorrow if Marcus Brown isn't in the team. No matter where I am in the world, I'm going to be really annoyed. So at least you're all going to know that if he's not in starting 11, I'm going to be annoyed. If Roberts ain't in the team, I'm going to be annoyed. If Spence is in the team, I'm probably going to be annoyed. If Grant Hall gets back in the team, I'm probably going to be annoyed.
Thing is, I want to see more from him. I do want to see more from Grant Hall. He doesn't look the quickest, but he's definitely got some sort of leadership skill inside.
Who does he replace?
Well, to be fair, what I'd do, I'd just take Paddy McNair, put him back in midfield, and put Grant Hall at centre back.
Who'd you take out of midfield? There we go, brother. Who are we taking out?
True.
Who are we taking out of midfield?
Yeah, but is Paddy McNair is he liking life as centre back, or is he just putting up with it?
To be fair, he's absolutely class at centre back.
He's smashing at centre back, but is he enjoying his time there?
Probably not, but I'm enjoying it because we don't really concede many goals. I mean,
you know what? As well, and I love seeing Johnny Howson just in front of the back four on Saturday.
Oh, he's class, isn't he?
Same again. He just goes box to box all game long with George Saville. Our whole midfield now is a proper working unit. There's not one lazy player on that pitch.
And Morsey is an absolute baller, by the way. And anyone that slagged him off said, "Oh, why are we getting
Sam Morsey?"
He's an absolute baller. I mean, he'd fight everyone on the other team. He'd have an 11 against one if they wanted it. But he's an absolute baller. He was a great signing. He was exactly what we needed. We haven't had one of him since Ledbetter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or a Clayton in his.
I see Ledbetter in him. That's the thing. I see Ledbetter in his performances.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
With the whole captain's thing, you don't want to do the whole give it to him straight away. But it's like the thing with Grant Hall is you put him in, who'd you take out? And then you say, right, you move McNair further up. Then you're breaking up the Saville, Morsey and Howson thing. It's like, do you really want to do that?
Yeah,
or do you put McNair? Because McNair can play really high up top. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he's a proper attacker midfielder.
Yeah.
And we're all saying, Brown or... Do you know what? Do you know the way he crosses a ball? I wouldn't be... And the way he runs, I wouldn't be, annoyed to see him play on the right wing.
Yeah.
Not right back like he's done before. I mean, on the right wing. Because he can deliver a ball like he's almost like Paddy Beckham sometimes.
Paddy Beckham, he's getting a new name every week. This guy,
yeah, I mean,
Paddy Beckenbauer, Paddy McMessi, Paddy Beckham. But to be fair, his crosses from free kicks are unbelievable. They are right on the money each time.
So do you know what I mean? A right wing position, maybe. You know what I mean? But it's like, would you really want to break up the? Because McNair still gets forward.
Yeah.
But I think that McNair to Howson to Morsey to Saville thing is like a spine that you just don't want to mess up at the moment. The problem is everything in front of it.
True.
And we're like, right, we need to fix what's in front of it. And I think Fletcher's a big miss. Not playing Roberts is a shocker. And we need, and nobody, these fans, we need flair. We should have got Balassi. It's rubbish. We've got players as good as him on the wing.
Yeah, of course.
We need somebody just in that pocket just to help them out. Do you know what I mean? But 100%. But I think with Britt and Akpom, I think Britt will be back. I think that will make a big difference. And I think that's what leads me to believe, as much as I'm fearful of Coventry, I do think we'll win. And I think them two are going to do the job. Do you know what I mean? I do think they'll do the job.
Well,
I hope.
Nathan Morrison said Akpom and British Sombalonga to score and 2 assists for Paddy Roberts tomorrow.
If that's the team, mate, I'll send you a $5 by PayPal because I'll be a happy man.
Well, I'll be able to move that.
Yeah.
Matty Grove's getting involved tonight. Cheers, Matty, for all the comments as well. He's agreeing with everything you're saying tonight. He said, thank you, Joe.
Me and my mate Matty, I'll tell you, he's a good. We'll get you on, Matty, for certain.
Yeah, next week hopefully.
Yeah, you're a good man, mate. Honestly, when I'm back home, we'll get you on because you've got proper, like, long opinionated views on Boro, and I like people that agree with me because not many people do.
So, go on. I'm just reading this comment because he said, thank you, Joe. Finally, someone who has noticed the amount of people that don't understand that Savile hasn't been played in preferred position, but still expect the same Millwall Savile. It's a joke. Brown's a forgotten man. Have no idea why the majority of the fans don't seem to rate him, but he's got too much to give. He's matured so much and so much more composed. He really deserves another go.
I think we've got... my opinion on that is, one, I agree with you again, 100%. And two, I honestly think Middlesbrough have got some of the most fickle, deluded fans in the world. And I have
the fickle.
Mate, is the absolute...
We see it most weeks how fickle our fan base is.
It's outrageous. It's like, do you know why they don't like Brown? When he got sent off?
Yeah.
They'll never forget it. They'll never let him live it down. Like that was the be all and end all of his life. Like
it was his first career, and he gets sent off. That's it. Don't play ever again.
The poor guy will take that to his grave if he stays at Middlesbrough. I'm telling you. I mean, he's like, he got sent off. We've all, and what? Give him a break. He got sent off. We know that. He's got so much to offer. He is the forgotten man. And as for Jimmy, he's just unreal. I just love him. Whether he's attacking midfielder, whether he's sitting, whether he's in the middle, just doing all the running. I just love watching him play, and I love when he does what our fickle fans think is nothing because it annoys them so much, and I love it because I know he's done a good job, and they don't have a clue about football, so they're like, he's a waste of time. He did nothing, and you're like, right. So imagine he didn't make that interception there. What would have happened? Oh, nothing. Howson would have got it. Oh yeah, of course that happens. Yeah, that's how it works. And I love it. I love it.
Nathan Morrison says, "We love you, A.J.T. and Joe."
Oh, I love you too, mate. AJ loves you too.
Yes, man. Well, as I say, you know what I mean? You know, like tonight, you know what I mean? We spoke a lot about Middlesbrough, a bit about Coventry City. So that thing's sort of up. We have to get our prediction. Of course, you know what I mean? Maybe he's one for Forest, but I guess we can talk about the Forest game tomorrow as well.
We'll have a prediction for Forest now, and then we'll talk about it again.
Go for the Coventry one first. So, what's your team tomorrow, and what's your prediction?
Well, we've only got... I'm not going to even say the goalkeeper's name because we've only got one goalkeeper. So, he's in goal.
Stanovic goes in goal. Ben back on loan and goes in goal tomorrow. Emergency loan for Bettinelli.
Yeah, Schwartz.
Bettinelli goes in goal.
Schwartz is in goal.
Crossley goes in goal tomorrow.
Yeah. Gary Walsh.
Bettinelli goes in goal.
Yeah. So Bettinelli. Then we're going.
What formation are you playing?
It's not what formation I'm playing. It's what formation Warnock's playing.
True.
I hope he plays a flat four. I hope he goes Dyke, Steele, Fry, McNair, and Bowler.
Yeah.
Then he would. Then I'd go the midfield three.
Yeah.
I would go just a 4-4-2 for me. So I'd go. We can't really go 4-4-2, could you? You'd then go three in the middle.
Yeah.
He's got to go 4-3-3. So then I'd go the three in the middle. Then I'd go Britt, Akpom, and Roberts for me personally, because and just allow Bowler and
no Tavernier tomorrow.
we'd have to play wing backs for him to play. Where does he
He's been playing wing back, hasn't he?
so where does he play unless he's playing wing back now?
Yeah, I don't know, wing back. Probably in behind the strikers, maybe, but then again, you can't get that Saville.
Or Paddy Roberts, who's a million miles better than him.
You can't put him Paddy Roberts as right wing back. That's just denting his whole.
No, I know. I'm saying you said behind the striker. If you're playing anyone
yeah,
behind the striker,
yeah. But I mean, Warnock can't be playing him right wing back.
No, obviously not. If you're playing wing backs, then it'll be Tavernier,
Yeah,
Bowler, I think. Then the three at the back. Then you'd go same defence. Then Akpom and Brett.
Yeah. Okay. So that's your team. What's your prediction tomorrow?
Head says we're gonna lose 1-0.
Oh, jeez.
And my
Don't be saying that to me. I never felt so confident for the game in your life.
I've got to be honest, haven't I? But my heart,
go on then.
But my heart says 2-0, and I think Brett and Akpom.
So is your heart or your head then? Which one you're gonna go for?
I'm gonna go with my heart always because Middlesbrough is my heart. Yeah, 2-0.
I did the same lineup as you, and I said 2-0 earlier. To finish off on one question before we do finish, Nathan Morrison says, easy question, will Jonathan Woodgate ever get a job as a manager ever again? I think he will, but I don't think it'll be...
Probably maybe at A.J.T's old work.
Yeah.
But I doubt it.
Yeah. No. Maybe he's a checkout manager at Tesco.
Yeah, maybe JD Sports or something. I mean... But the thing with Woodgate is Woodgate could be a manager if he didn't bring Robbie Keane and Leo as his assistant.
Job for the boys, wasn't it? That's what he made it.
Yeah, it was like me and my mates that don't have a clue what we're doing. We're just gonna have a bash and see what happens.
Yeah, it was a real shame. I hope. Listen. I hope Woody does get a good job in the future, but I think he needs to go lower league, and that's what I think.
Lower league and get an old assistant, like a really old, mature assistant, someone that knows the game. You know, like a Solskjaer's got Mike Phelan. Mind you, Solskjaer's still terrible with Mike Phelan, but Mike Phelan's class, isn't he? So
yeah, true.
You know, someone like that. Do you know what I mean? I do hope he gets a good job. Somebody actually said to me the other day they met Jonathan Woodgate, and he was an absolute. You know what I'm about to say.
Don't say anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we know about his past. He's gangster past, and he's
gangster.
Gangster
paradise.
Yeah. Welcome to Middlesbrough. You're either a gangster or a football player.
Yeah.
But I was shocked, to be fair, because he's never come across like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, Stewie Downing's a bit. I told you he turned up to my auntie's wedding, didn't I?
Yeah.
Stewie Downing, and he was he wasn't my favourite person. I think that's what put me off Stewart Downing was meeting him. You know, when you meet certain players that you really like, and then you think, I really don't like you. You know, like you. I used to love you. You're on the back of my shirt. I don't think I ever wore the shirt again after that day. But I think for Coventry will be all right. I think for Forest, they've just got in what's his name, haven't they?
Chris Hughton.
Yeah, see that could be the slip up.
Yeah.
Now I said there's one we're going to slip up with. Maybe we're going to give Coventry an absolute seeing to, and then we could slip up to Forest because Chris Hughton's no mug. I would have had him at Arsenal.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Warnock was the main man for me, but I would have had Chris Hughton every day of the week.
100%.
That could be the slip-up game. We'll talk obviously more about that when it gets closer, but that could be the game we slip up. If we win both of them, then we're there. We're there or thereabouts for 100,000,000%. I think we win both of them, it's game on.
Of course.
Yeah.
Last two questions then before we do finish. Woodgate was never the man to take middle to forward, not his fault, but had no financial backing. And then Matty Grove says, People forget that Stewie turned on the fans in the Premier League season. Yeah, I heard about that. But, it is what it is.
Stewie turned on the fans, and Woodgate, you could give him Man City's kitty and it wouldn't make any odds. It's not financial backing, it's football knowledge. It's who he had to. Woodgate's problem was not Jonathan Woodgate. I think he had all the right ideas. I think he had the right passion. I think he just had two half-wits standing next to him that didn't have a clue. Robbie Keane did not want to be at Middlesbrough at all. He had no desire to be at Middlesbrough.
No, none.
He had no desire. I mean, imagine being Jonathan Woodgate, right? And you're struggling, you're 2-0 down, and you look left and you look right. You got Danny Coyne and Robbie Keane. You're like, right, lads. What do we do? And they both go, well, Danny Coyne doesn't even answer because he doesn't even know where he is. And Robbie Keane goes, well, Harry Redknapp used to tell me to just try and score, Johnny. What do you reckon? And he'd say, yeah, lads, just go on, just try and score. And that would be the end. Like that's all. He was surrounded by yes men, and Gibson went for the cheap route because he knew financially we were in trouble. And if you look back at it now, fans, obviously people can answer this themselves. Would have you took Jonathan Woodgate? Would have you gone through what we went through with Woodgate for us now to be in a much safer, more stable financial position, even with the whole COVID thing? I personally would. I think if we would have got in a big manager when Woodgate came in, and then COVID hit, I think we'd be in a very, very bad place right now, personally. So I think we should all look back at the Woodgate thing as like a Strachan moment. It was a nightmare, but everything happens for a reason, and it probably helped us out long term. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, Woodgate should have been on about £5 a week, so it shouldn't have been a problem. Do you know what I mean?
No.
So
I don't think Warnock's even getting paid.
He is now. He will be now.
He wasn't when he first came in.
No, he wasn't. No, but you don't tell me that Gibson didn't chuck him £1 million between him, Blackwell, and Jepson when we came. True. He would have gone, right, there you go. There's £1 million between the three. You just kept us up. Because if we would have gone down, mate, we were down for a very long time.
Of course.
We were in a bad way. So we would have gone, right, you've done this for nothing. You've kept us up. There you go. Have some money. Crack on.
And of course, tomorrow, just everybody out there that's obviously wondering, we will be live about 7:35, 7:40.
Right, so I think Turkey's 2 hours ahead. Is it?
It's about 9:40.
Yeah, 9:40 for me. That's no problem, mate.
Well,
no problem. I'll be eating my Turkish kebab tomorrow night, watching the game with you lot.
There you go.
Matty Groves, make sure you tune in, mate. You're a pleasure to be a part of this stream, mate. We all appreciate you. You get very in depth, and everyone else in the comments, thank you very much. And
for the chat donation.
Yeah, I was just gonna say for the donation, that means a lot. Do you know what I mean? Anything to help AJ out and the stream, because we want to make it as big as possible. It's going to take time, but we'll get there. And,
we're going to be on TV soon.
Yeah, we'll
our own channel.
Yeah, we'll carry the Boro through. We'll get us there, but we need all your support and all your comments and stuff like that, and likes and shares and all that. They all make a big difference, because and like we say, Matty, I mean, AJ will sort it out with you. Get you on.
Yeah. Get in contact with you.
We'll have I was just going to say we'll have a three-way, but I'll probably get banned off YouTube. But we'll have a
three-way conversation. We'll have a three-way conversation.
We'll have a three-way conversation.
Next week at some point after all the matches, we'll have a chat about the Forest game and the Coventry game.
Yeah, I'll save my three-ways for when I'm allowed to get back to Thailand anyway.
Yeah. Right, okay. Right. Listen, well, like I say, cheers everyone for tuning in. Shout out for the chat donations as well. I'll see you all tomorrow, 7:40 live for Coventry versus Middlesbrough, of course, with me and Joe. Joe, cheers. I'm safe from Turkey.
Thank you very much, mate. I'll message you in a bit. No problem. All right, mate. Take it easy. It's been a pleasure. Of the Boro. Take it easy.